Okay, so Dr. came back here. I also wanted to go back and to one of the statements in this book as I'm reflecting on this chapter on the healing power of relationships. And one of the things that it says is that what affects one of us affects all of us. What I always remind people of is energy is transferable. But it got me to thinking about just like if we think about the energy and the stress that collectively people have been experiencing since COVID, since the pandemic. It's been this heightened state, like this steady heightened state of stress and anxiety and fears and uncertainties. And that can affect people in different ways. So when we think about that, it's like for some people, they may be more anxious. For some people, I noticed that it triggered a lot of their symptoms of trauma. So there's that feeling of safety and not having that, or being on high alert, or being more hypervigilant. For some people, they went inward, and it's this isolation because all of that feels scary. So I want to go inward. But it affects people in different ways. Some people become more like active, more aggressive, more agitated. And of course, some people are adapting, they're learning to go with the flow. So there's a lot of ways that this can impact people. But when we think about what affects one of us affects all of us, it's like, think about the people you're around. This, and quite honestly, it can be anywhere. It could be at church. It could be at work if you're going into the office, but even that virtual energy, you can feel it. You can feel it. It can be in activities that you do. So sometimes it may be the energy of the people around you that is also impacting what you're feeling internally. And this is why I always give reminders. You need things in place where you can check in with self. Because sometimes you may be carrying the energy of someone else. It may not even be yours to carry. And so the only way that you will be able to identify that is if you have these checkpoints with self. One of my favorite ways to check in with myself is in the morning. What are the first thoughts I have when I wake up? What are the first things what am I feeling? Where am I feeling it? How does my body feel? You can do a checkpoint during the middle of the day. Some people like to do it at night where they can reflect on what this day has been for them and how they're feeling it that night. But again, what are your thoughts? What are your feelings? What are your behaviors? Are you connecting with people? Are you noticing changes? Are there things that are happening within you that feels different? Check that. Because the more you check in with self, you might start to be able to make some connectors. Oh, when I have these things going on in my life, I feel really good. When I have these things going on in my life, or I'm around these people, or my stress is feeling like this is how it shows up in my body. Because now you have data and you can figure out, what do I need to do to release that stress? What do I need to do to manage that stress? And I want to offer you all this final word. When you think about taking care of yourself, one, it's not just about this when things are bad. You need something for when that stress is higher, but you need things in the day to day. One thing that my therapist asked me, and she said, you do a really good job. I know you have a whole toolkit of things that you do. How do you keep yourself accountable to self? I have some non-negotiables. I get on here every morning. Y'all see, I be coming from Pilates or walking or doing a workout or whatever. So what I've done is I purchased these Pilates classes. I schedule them in advance. I'm accountable to self. I schedule my yoga classes. I'm accountable to self. These are just some ways that I'm like, okay, Nicole, you got to take care of yourself, baby, because if you don't, nobody else will. That's just the baseline. There's, of course, other things that I do. I'm just giving y'all like the snippet for social media, but that's the baseline. Then I have things for, whoa, that was a stressful conversation. I need to decompress after that. What does that decompression look like for me? Sometimes it could be listening to music. Sometimes it could be going out for a walk. Sometimes it can be sitting in silence. Sometimes, what else would I do? You can do journaling. Sometimes it's meditation. I need to go inward because I'm feeling something and I don't know why. Okay? Y'all let me know, because every time I get on here, I say this message is going to be short, and baby, it's never short. But I want y'all to have this information. I hope you are getting something from these messages. I know y'all are, because people reach out to me on this app. All right, y'all, have a good day.